Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Just before the election, the Labour Party were riding high. They were happy, they were jubilant, they were confident, and they were optimistic. They were a party filled with happy young go-getters, marching, true rosy-faced into a bright new future. It was like the Nuremberg Rally. Since then, of course, it's turned more into the Red Square May Day parade. Very grim-faced people looking down on the masses. Gone are the optimistic views of the future and replaced, I think, with grimness, with reality, with the sheer horror that this will be a one-term election. It seems that the whips are going out and basically cracking the whip on anyone who is daring to say or commit anything to paper that denigrates the party or its leadership. There are missives flying around Westminster telling them not to talk to reporters, or if they absolutely positively have to say nothing important. There are prepared answers on so many different topics being handed out, little report cards, so that if someone does ask a question, they can flick through their card and go, it's this I have to say, and so forth. Nobody of importance is giving any kind of interview anymore. They're all hiding away. The Prime Minister himself keeps going out of the country so that he can't be questioned or interviewed. You have Angela Rayner, who daren't be interviewed. No, the whole Labour Party, no, they daren't put her up anymore. She just can't deal with the questions because she's being questioned by people who are at least 3 orders of magnitude more intelligent. When they do occasionally catch one in the wild, like Lisa Nandy, for example, they have these interviews and they are absolute car crashes. I mean, it's just terrible for them. And so they're all in hiding. And indeed, and I reported in a video yesterday, none of them want to do their political surgeries in public anymore. They're scared. They keep getting all this abuse. And so there is an icy chill within the entire Labour Party in Westminster. It's as though a dull hush has fallen over and everyone knows that the end is already nigh and there's nothing they can do. Because even if they decide they're going to get rid of Starmer, nobody's going to take the job until after the elections in May. And at that point, it'll be, far too late. They will have lost over half their councillors, perhaps. Labour are becoming almost toxic. Now, the skeptics within the party say it's just a blip. You know, every party goes down at some point. Yes, but usually about 2/3 of the way through when they're starting to run out of steam, not 3-4 months into a 5-year parliament. But they're going to carry on. They're going to keep pushing. And every single policy they do is rejected by the people. The backbenchers know this. The backbenchers are getting the brunt of it because all the time people are writing to them, calling them, yelling at them. And they can't do anything about it. This is a car crash happening in real time, and the whole bus of Labour doesn't have a driver, but nobody wants to get into the driving seat because all it'll mean is they're the first to die when the crash happens. What's to do? Well, there's got to be a wholesale rethink of everything that's going on. That means an absolute coup d'etat. You must get rid of the entirety of the leadership. Not just Starmer. Get rid of Starmer. Get rid of the Home Secretary, the Foreign Secretary. Certainly get rid of Rayner. And put in at the top people with a smile on their face and who actually care about the people of this country. Because at the moment, none of the cabinet do. They're all in it for themselves. None of them have ever had a job. It's just one of those things. Now, it's regardless of whether the Corbinites or the Starmerites take over. They're all awful. They're all left-wing. It's just that they're left-wing to different degrees. One of the worst things I think Labour ever did was get rid of Corbin. At least when he was there, they were unelectable and Britain had a chance. Getting rid of him and putting Starmer in, the acceptable face of the Labour Party, for about 3 weeks, meant they could get in. And they did. And boy, are we paying. I think in total, there needs to be a rethink on how we elect governments. Certainly, PR must now be the case. First past the post is fine when you've got a 2.5 party state. But now we've got many, many more. And you cannot be allowed to have 20% of the electorate giving such power to such extremists. Time for a change? Certainly. Not from this government, though. They've already ruled it out. So, hang on in. 4.5 years, then get rid of them and reverse everything they do. And here's the thing. The first party that comes out and says it's going to reverse everything Labour does in terms of tax, and especially the farmers, well, they'll win, hands down, the next election. Thanks a lot. Bye.